Every time she's on the screen, I like get off my screen, bro. Kate.
Yeah,
Boy, every time Kate on my screen, I'm like, bro, got you again. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacted Show. I'm your host, Wafiq, or Feek, with my co-host, my other host.
So go host Dana Dane in the building. And welcome back to episode 105. Lakers in 5. Redacted in 5. 105. Subscribe in 5. We have 5 times. No, we don't. We got 3 times.
Donate in 5.
Donate in 5. Road to 5,000. 5,000 anything. 5,000 subscribers, 5,000 likes, 5,000 views. We get that. But with that being said, we can go ahead and get into our first topic. So recently, the Demon Slayer movie came out. Me and Feek have both seen it. I've seen it subbed. Wafiq, did you see it subbed or dubbed?
Dubbed. That was actually my first time, I think. First or second time actually hearing the dub for Demon Slayer. Well, watching it fully. I've seen clips, obviously, but watching fully dub.
Mm-hmm. Out of the way, that was still some gas. That was some heat. 400 degrees Fahrenheit heat. Like flame breathing heat. That's hot. It was amazing. And we're getting 2 more movies. Plus spin-off seasons in between. I think I've seen a timeline where it was movie, like the first Infinity Castle, some other seasons in between that, and then second movie, or like a season, second movie, season, spin-off season, whatever, and then third final movie in the arc.
Yeah, it would be similar to how they did Mugen Train, so it would just be the movie as a season. So they'll break up that 2 hours and 30 into a season. If they do it like that, that's how they probably will.
Out of the way, I'm excited. I hate we're waiting this long for the movie, but it is what it is.
I told y'all.
What are some? But we're just going to go ahead and get into non-spoiler review. So we will have this video timestamp. So if you have not seen this movie yet, skip ahead to our other topics. But Feek, I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it. What's his name? Doma? Upper Moon 2? Fuck that nigga. Fuck him, his whole mama, his whole family, his life. Fuck that dude. That is a bitch ass nigga. Fuck buddy. I can't stand him already. Bro. Like he just that fight he had with the bug Hashira, and I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, well, this is a Hashira, so like obviously it's gonna be tough, but damn, like she's gonna take down the first Hashira. Like this is how we coming in. We coming in hot. No. He's number 2 for a reason. And that just made me think about number 1. Because if number 1 has the ability to give niggas powers like Mugen, or like Michael Jackson, nigga, we're in for some shit. Come on. I'm sorry. I watched the NFL and Brock Bowers just dropped the pass, but he's on my fantasy. No. But man,
it's insane. And Doma, I've told people Doma's, I hate him. He is the one character in like the whole show, every time I was reading, I was like, I hate you, bro. But it gets worse. It gets worse.
It gets worse than that?
Yeah, the second movie, you'll see like more backstory stuff with him. And it's just like, you thought you hated him, now you're just like, yeah, bro. Like, slat him, please. But yeah, his fight with Shinobu, they animated really good. Really, let me just say this, everything was animated good. That's one thing Demon Slayer said we know we're gonna lock in on is the animation. That was really good. This movie, I was just hoping they got through the Akaza fight. I didn't think they were actually gonna do the whole thing, but they did, and that is my favorite fight in the whole series. that whole dialogue with his backstory. And one thing I've been waiting people to see so I can emphasize it is that Akaza never lost. He never lost.
What do you mean?
He never lost.
What you mean he never lost? They got his head cut off.
If he got his head cut off and he regrew that bitch. If he didn't have a heart
Bro,
to heart
that shit
moment right
pissed
there,
me off so bad. That shit pissed me off so bad. I was in the see when I tell you the whole, I was on the edge of my seat pretty much the whole movie, but when that fight happened, I was locked in. I don't. If I had to piss, I was holding that bitch. I was not getting up for that. That was crazy. And then it's just like, you know, when Deck I keep wanting to say Deku, that's not his name. Tanjiro, when Tanjiro went when Tanjiro went fucking unleashed, when he went into that transparent realm.
Yeah.
The transparent world or whatever that shit is. But I'm like, oh shit, like he's finally unlocked something, like he's one step closer to being able to fight Moonguy. Because I don't know.
Keep going, bro.
I don't know like who's gonna fight who in the final ending. I don't know if it's gonna be like Tanjiro and Mugen, or Tanjiro and the Upper Moon, or is Tanjiro gonna beat the Upper Moon and then fight Mugen? Like, I don't know. Or is Tanjiro gonna beat the Upper Moon and that's basically Michael Jackson's brother, Muzan? I don't know why I keep wanting to say Mugen. That's Muzan. But
train.
Yeah. But if that's Muzan's like little son or offspring, and if you kill him, you hurt Muzan, since they essentially have like the same kind of powers. Oh, so that dude is scary. That dude sounds scary. And so
you talking about upper one?
Japanese upper one.
No, he is the strongest. There's levels to this shit. Like, Akaza strong. I will say, I fully still believe if the only two Hashiras, because at this point Tanjiro is as strong as a Hashira. Even Akaza said it. So you could say he's another Hashira. Really, all of them, him, Zenitsu, and why did my mind go blank? Boarhead.
Yeah.
Why is my mind going blank? I can't think. What is his name?
Let me see.
Inosuke. Good God. Oh my goodness. All of them at this point are close to Hashiras. Tanjiro is the stronger than damn near half of them Hashiras. But I truly believe, unless it was Yome and Sanemi together, none of them as a pair is beating Akaza. I don't think so. But yeah, I was ready for that fight. I was ready for that backstory.
I'm not gonna lie, that backstory was
what?
The backstory was good. It was just long.
I'll tell you this. They cut out some key pieces on that backstory.
Really?
They cut out because it was a piece.
That shit felt dragged personally, but
it was some pieces where they were supposed to show him as a baby, because they mentioned it, but when they were like, I think it was one of the wardens or people was like, we heard you were born with teeth. Like, it was a scene with that of him as a baby. He had like 2 fangs. And then there was another scene where these, if I'm remembering correctly, it wasn't the school that he ended up going to kill, like the people. It wasn't them. It was like some other people that hurt. Her name is escaping me, but his girl, his wife, pretty much hurt her when they were still young, and he went and like beat them up. And that was like another key point in his backstory that they took out. But I like Akaza. That's my favorite character, so I enjoyed the backstory. I do think the way they did some of the backstories, they weren't bad, but they did kind of interject in the flow of the fights. Some of the fights, it wasn't to me. It wasn't bad because I was prepared to see the backstories in the fights anyway. But I could tell, like, if you're somebody who's hasn't read or anything, and you just it's a high point of a fight, it's a high point of a fight, and then you get
Hard stop.
backstory. Yeah, I can see where that kind of could fall off, and I think that's one thing I do enjoy with how it's either JJK or somebody else. I can't remember at the moment, but they switched how their episodes are, where they do a lot of they let everything flow before they do a backstory. Or they do a full backstory first, and they let everything flow out. So I like how they kind of do that. But yeah, overall, the movie was great. I can't wait for this second one. When they do that Upper Moon 1 fight,
man.
You're gonna do that. It's gonna be somebody you see. Well, it's gonna be like two people. You're gonna be like,
Cause that was me when homegirl, bro, when he absorbed the bug Hachira, I'm like, this man is sick.
Shinobu.
Yes. This man
bro.
is sick in the head. And I can tell, number one, because my guess, and you don't have to confirm or deny this, but my guess is, now I'm thinking about it, Tanjiro is probably going to fight Muzan. The Rock Hashira,
Yome
is going to fight Upper One. It's probably going to be him and the Mist Hashira. Or the snake. Probably two Hashira. I think he's going to fight two Hashiras. One of them is going to die. Because Giyu, he's probably done. I don't think he's fighting no more. I think he's sidelined for the rest of the arc. And then I'm ready to see a Nosuke box. Because we saw a Zenitsu box. His brother. Also, that was kind of a live scene too. And Zenitsu and like the whole lightning, basically the whole lightning lineage, how their trainer was the lightning Hashira, and there's really only been one lightning Hashira, and they're trying to, and like the yin, literally the little yin and yang between the two, which is why they wanted to have co-Hashiras, because the upper six, which, hey, you can shit on a nigga all you want to. He beat a Hashira one-on-one. It was just him by himself. Not a Hashira. He beat a Upper Moon by himself. No help. Just straight hands. But it was him and just learning like the Upper Six's backstory. Like he learned all of the other forms of lightning, but he couldn't learn the first form. And Zenitsu couldn't learn any other forms, but only mastered the one form. So it's like it's the literal jack of all trades versus the master of one. And bro, that shit was live. And then when he pulled out the fucking form 7, and homeboy was like, "This ain't a real form." Like, what you want this out of? That don't exist. It's like, I made it. He was like, I made the shit, nigga. That's crazy. I'm like, this man is goated. He's probably sidelined for the rest of the movie too. But unless I'm
Netsu?
Yeah.
Hey man, I won't spoil nothing, man. I don't know, bro.
But that's just my guess as a anime only watcher. And yeah. I'm excited to see the rest.
Yeah, in 2027. That's the last thing I'll say is I still say it shouldn't have been 3 movies. I'm not mad that they making 3 movies, but I still say it should have just been 1 movie, maybe 2 max. They do, but they should do them. They should have did them back-to-back years. That's all I'll say. But I did really enjoy the movie, and I'm gonna be at the next one regardless. So.
But moving on, so. There is a new show, new season 2, a show that came out this past Wednesday. GenV, the spinoff show of The Boys, came out. They did a 3-episode premiere, and boy, did they come out swinging.
Who?
If you have not seen GenV, please just go ahead, skip to our next segment, our Like, Love, Redactors. But please, if you have watched this, watch the show, drop a like, come back later. But man, episode 1 coming at the gate. First of all, I always appreciate when they do the previews and just remind the audience of what happened. It was a lot of shit that happened,
bro. That first season,
between that and this last season of The Boys, that first season was wicked. And then so we get reintroduced with the main characters, Jordan, and I'm blanking on the other girl's name that shrinks, but they get released out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Emma. Yep.
Yeah.
And pretty much honestly, so our condolences to Chance, the actor who played Andre Anderson. He tragically passed away. So pretty much this whole season, I can tell, is like a commemorance and memorial to him, because he dies off screen, or in the show. I guess he tries to free. So we know at this point in the series that Marie, she broke out. She got out and she escaped the prison they were in. Mm-hmm. Andre basically tried to do the same thing after she saw that, was like, if she can do it, then fuck it, we can do it too. So she saw opening, tried to open a metal door, but it was reinforced with concrete, and basically gave himself, was it an aneurysm, or basically gave himself a stroke trying to move the door, and died. So that's happened, and then pretty much no one else knows outside of Jordan and Emma, because they're still stuck there. But they get broken out. They get, I guess, exonerated. We get introduced to the new dean, Cypher, which I have no idea. I'm not really a follower of The Boys comic, so I have no idea who Cypher is. He kind of gives me like the I guess a mirror character of like a Magneto, because his whole thing is like, there's too many humans for that outnumber. I was about to say mutants. Too many humans that outnumber soups, and we need to beat them before they beat us. Which was kind of Magneto's whole thing in terms of mutants being a superior race and humans are scared of us, but they outnumber us. So we need to hop on that ass before they do. So there's that. We learn a lot about Dean Cypher. Apparently he's the one that not burst, but because we learn about delivered
Marie. So he was her delivery doctor. And then I'm assuming that he's the one who shot her up with
Compound V.
Yeah, Compound V. So, and we learned that in the 3rd episode. I will say though, I did like how that first episode, the way they incorporated the tribute to Chance throughout the episode and the dialogue they brought about, because you could see in the actors how they were acting. It was still something that obviously is still something that's going to affect them, but I liked how they incorporated that into the show. One person on here though, I still every time she's on the screen, I like, get off my screen, bro. Kate.
Yeah,
boy. Every time Kate on my screen, I'm like, bro, not you again.
I'm like, get out of here, dog. Nobody likes you.
I'm sick of her. Like, and I see now that after she got yeeted at near that gas station, bro, when that happened, I said, oh fuck. Bro, when she got blasted by Jordan, I said,
dude,
oh god,
Bro, literally, it's like each episode made me go like, oh shit. Because it was that shit that happened. That was the first episode, right?
Yeah, that was the end of the first episode.
That happened. I'm like, oh shit. I thought she died.
I thought she was dead too. Yeah, because that happened. And then even on it was either the second or third episode when Cypher had them doing, I don't know, Gladiator Pit. I don't know what that shit is. They're training to learn their powers better. Mm-hmm. And the dude with the big ass sledgehammer walked in and just started beating their ass. Even that, I was like, hey, yo, because it was a point during that fight. He hits a 45-pound weight at somebody's like face. And I was like, this is insane. But I am interested to see what Cypher does now, especially with how the third episode ended with Jordan saying like, I'm the one who put Kate in the hospital. What else did she say? She pretty much told everybody what's going on. She was like, Starlighters weren't the people that attacked Kate. It was me. And then she said, I think she said something about Dean Cypher, but she may not have. She said something about Vought, I believe. Yeah. So it's interesting to see.
We also see a member of we see a couple members of like the OG like boys cast, like Starlight, because this is pretty much immediately after the events of, well, not immediately after, but right after the events of The Boys season 4. So that's happening. Homelander is basically like, if you ain't with me, you against me. He's on his thug tour. He's on his thug shit. You imagine could you imagine Homelander doing a thug interview? Nigga, that bitch like, Deep sent money to Thug. Firecrack sent money to Thug. Maeve sent money to Thug. New York sent crazy bankroll to Thug. Starlight ain't sent no bankroll to Thug.
Starlight ain't sent no bankroll
to Thug. Who do you think would send like crazy bankroll to Homelander?
Crazy bankroll?
I think Noir for sure.
Noir walking up to the bank.
The Deep sending Firecracker, yes.
She obsessed with him.
Crazy bankroll.
The Deep would send one just because he's scared. But
yeah, I don't think the Deep pockets like that.
He was. It's not that. His pockets aren't that deep. Because
you think A Train definitely was sending money to Thug.
The first 2 seasons, he's sending money to Thug. He's sending money to Thug.
Nah, that would have been hilarious. But moving on, so like we see that, we also get to experience like just more lore on Godolphin University. We see Jordan being ranked as the number 1, I guess, student now. Mm-hmm. And, their love flourishing for Marie, because their kind of thing now. Emma's trying to like recruit some Starlighters to do some actual change, because we see at the end towards the end of the third episode, she's meeting up with like some vandalists that are doing some Starlighter shit. But she's like, nah, like this is petty shit right here. Like, y'all want to do real change? Y'all come with me. And
she said, we're gonna sabotage.
We're gonna actually break some shit. So that's gonna be crazy. And if there's one thing we can count on the boys to do in GenV as a whole, is gonna have a lot of deaths. So I don't think someone's making it out of this season, personally.
Oh, like the main cast?
Yeah, someone is dying.
I don't think Kate's gonna die, because I think them taking away her power damn near is the close enough we're gonna get. I think it might be either like Jordan or Sam. And the reason
Yeah,
I
I've
say
seen
it
that
might
too.
be Jordan is only because I think they're gonna try to find something else to push Marie over the edge. Because we learned that she's supposed to be some like weapon that, if not Vought, then Cypher was working on. Somebody was working on back in the day. Well, I think they said Godolkin was. I think he came up with that, if I remember. Somebody was working on a weapon, and it's called Odessa, and it's supposed to be Marie, or she's connected to it.
Yeah,
So I
which
think
we
that's
know
how they're
like
gonna flow
she's
into it.
tied to, because we know that's how the Dean is tied. So I think like the Dean created Project Odessa, and it's obviously her. So like maybe this is like their.
Lush.
Sorry about that. Like I think this is like Gen V's form of like Weapon X and the Weapon Plus program, because like Gen V is a mirror and antithesis, or like a supposed to mirror like X-Men and mutants and all that stuff. So I think Marie is like their Weapon X. Like she's Wolverine, and she's just unlocked, or like this character with untapped potential. And Dean Cypher is kind of like their William Stryker. Like he's the one that created this Weapon Plus program, or like he was the one that was directly involved with Wolverine's injecting of adamantium. So there may be some sort of parallels like that. But I'm excited to see the rest of the season. It's going to be a lot of niggas dying and a lot of crazy shit. We already see Sam going off the edge, getting
tweaking. But he's seeing the Muppets again, so we know somebody's about to die.
Especially now that Kate can't make him go away, because this whole time he's basically been getting drugged by, or mentally drugged by Kate. And now that shit wearing off, and he can't escape it. That's probably coming back full swing now. It's like a full pendulum. You were shutting it off this whole time, and now the doors open up, so all that shit is just flooding in.
Oh, he about to
was in an episode of Sesame Street that last time we seen him.
About to relapse.
Yeah. But
last thing before we move on,
yes,
I have to say this: that social media person, I don't know, liaison teacher.
Oh yeah, with the bee.
That is disgusting.
That is one of the most disgusting Vought power or compound V powers I've seen in a minute. Like that is nasty.
Bro, when she coughed up honey, I legit almost turned this episode off. My stomach. Ugh. But yeah, I just had to say that real quick.
Oh, that was nasty. So moving on. So there's been some recent updates to Matt Reeves' new Batman 2 movie. So as I pull that list up. So the Batman 2 so far, the filming is supposed to start in 2026. Bruce Wayne is finding it, quote, very hard to be Batman. Takes Batman in a direction, quote, never done before in this way. Wow, we've heard that before. Another murder mystery, digging, quote, deeper into the corruption. Okay, because we see in the first Batman that basically the Waynes were tied to like kind of the corruption of Gotham, or like they were doing some under the table type deals that Bruce wasn't really privy to, and was kind of unleashed or opened when he was digging into the Riddler, and he was uncovering a lot of that, and that was kind of his strife with Alfred, especially when Alfred I just forgot about that scene when Alfred got blown up and he was in the hospital, and that nigga opens up, he's like, oh my God, it's Bruce. He like basically like his adopted son. And they look at his face like, you lied to me. Can you imagine?
Waking up from a coma.
Hanging from a cone, first person you see is your basically adopted son. And you're like, oh
You
my
lied to
gosh,
me.
like, and that's the first thing he tells you. I'm like, put me back under. I ain't trying to deal with this shit. The Penguin appears in 5 to 6 scenes. Sophia Falcone will not appear. Okay, so I also seen some news that the actress that plays Sophia Falcone, or I guess Sophia, I was about to say Carmichael. I forgot what.
I was about to say Maroney. It's not that, but
Gigante.
yeah.
I heard she's not coming back. Like to play her. Like
Kristen Milotti.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna intervene. She coming back.
And Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson believe it will top the first film. So they basically believe the second movie is going to top that. With all this stuff that we just named. Well, what interests me is like, okay, so Bruce Wayne find it very hard to be Batman. So that's obviously one of the struggles that we know the Bruce Wayne character goes through. Well, it's almost like reversed because Bruce Wayne's real identity is Batman. It's just Bruce Wayne is the persona he has to put on to, basically help Batman function. Batman can't function conventionally and do all the shit he does without Bruce Wayne doing what he has to do to fund financially and, through transactions of energy to do what Batman does. So we see in the first movie that he's not really a good Bruce Wayne. He's kind of emo. He don't really talk to anybody. He
has no social
battery
network.
No,
I guess
no. And Alfred tells him that he's like, "Hey, dog, like you got to get outside. They can't just stay up in your fucking room all day. You got to go outside and be Bruce Wayne."
Exactly.
So we're trying to find this balance, or he's trying to find this balance. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, I think the main thing that interested me was he said that, I believe he said the villain hasn't been done on the big screen before, or we haven't seen them recently on the big screen. So that made me think,
Man Bat.
I ain't mad at that, but as we can see with Matt Reeves, I think they want to go. I think they would want to do. I don't want to say mythical, but I think they would want to do mythical characters, but they're committed to like a grounded. They're very committed to the groundedness of it because, as we saw with freaking the Batman one, he was getting whooped by some Redditors at a split second. So I think we're gonna stay with characters like that. So that made me think characters for the Batman 2, or villains at least. So I think the obvious choices or obvious things that people are gravitating towards, obviously Quarter Owls / Talon, just because we saw those silhouette of owls and the Penguin when they were in the courtroom at the city hall, or Hush. I think those two are the main front runners. But to me, Hush was kind of already done with the Riddler. I feel like that Riddler was a Hush / Riddler type. So outside of the Quarter Owls, I would personally think they might do Mask of the Phantasm. That might be one way they spin it. And then another one, I'm just saying, if you want to keep going down murder mysteries and stuff, you could do Professor Pig.
Yeah, Professor Pig or the Mad Hatter. Counterman would be crazy because I think this movie is supposed to take place in the wintertime, so around
it's supposed to be near Christmas. I think.
So a lot of people really want Mr. Freeze. I unfortunately don't think we're getting Mr. Freeze, but
I would want to be like a Killer Croc or something, but I don't. Unless something changed between now and that first shoot date, I don't see them doing anybody with real powers at all.
No.
At most, they might do Ivy, but I can't even see them doing Ivy with
No.
this
Well, I
Batman.
feel like the most extreme that they would do is a man bat. Because think about it. You have Arkham almost be, or even what is, because I'm thinking like a Scarecrow. You have a Scarecrow,
we know he
which was
exists.
kind of hinted at, and he's the one that, and I'm not saying this is what happened in the comics, but I'm just saying in terms of how this movie can function with a fantastical type villain. If you're thinking Man Bat, you have someone, just one inmate in Arkham that they're just experimenting on and doing different things. The head of that being Homeboy that was in the boys and the Penguin, and he's experimenting on these people, and they're trying to, do some sort of like experiment, like animal cross DNA, whatever. I'm trying to think of the terms they kept using in the Amazing Spider-Man, or like the Spider-Man animated series.
Mm-hmm.
But during that, and then that's how they get this werebat,
Mm-hmm.
which is how we get Man Bat. It's just giant bat figure going around terrorizing the city, and then they thinking like, is it Batman? And then Bruce is probably thinking like, Bruce is probably having a hard time, and Batman trying to have a hard time like get this stain off his name, because he thinks it's probably just some other nigga trying to play Man Bat or trying to play Batman in the city. No, this is an actual bat creature that you now have to stop. And as that's going on, you're also uncovering different corruptions and inner evils in the city that is just like, oh man, like Gotham is damn near beyond saving. Like, the city's fucked from the roots deep. So I don't know. Yeah. I am excited that we get to see Penguin again. Colin Farrell is a great show, man. Like, he's a great Penguin. Amazing.
What did they say that they're that the Graysons are in this? Did they say?
I feel like there were probably rumors, but probably not anything confirmed.
Because one thing I was thinking that they could do, and let me bring this up so I make sure I say the right thing, is they could do a cross between one thing I was thinking, if they did bring in Professor Pig, is they have with Professor Pig, they have the Circus of Strange. Now, granted, the Flying Graysons weren't part of that circus, but it's a circus, and you could throw them in there too, and that's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Now, that more than likely won't happen at all, but but it's a thought process I thought about earlier. But yeah, I'm really interested to see who the villain is. Because you got to think, we still have Joker as well. And I feel like in this second one, since you did show him in the first, he doesn't have to be the main villain, obviously. But I feel like with the Joker and with certain characters, you do have to address the character in the room. So with Joker just being in the last movie at the very end, I feel like you have to have at least one scene with him again. So that could be another plot point where maybe Batman, as he's struggling to be Batman and everything, he's conversating with the Joker on something. Who knows? But I'm interested to see how this movie plays out.
Yeah, no, me too. When are we supposed to be getting this movie? I think still 2027. Yeah, 2027. So I'm looking forward to it. Before that, we'll get our Clayface movie, which takes place in James Gunn's DCU. True. So that will be a very interesting movie to do. Like, hell, they probably could do. Well, I don't think they want to double dip on Rogue Gallery villains, because I was about to say, like, oh, they could. Matt Reeves could do a Clayface and his Batman. I mean, technically,
I mean, he can.
he can, and then I think the character that we see in the Penguin, like the Penguin's love interest, her last name.
She had the last name is Clayface.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, Carlo.
Man, Reeve, just pull the trigger, man, and just give us Kite Man. Could you imagine Condiment King?
He's using human bodily fluids as condiments.
That's disgusting. That's actually disgusting. Yeah, they have a lot of avenues they could go. Because even with this is the last thing I'll say, so we can move to the next. Even with Scarecrow, the easy layup all they have to do is say Bliss is just a form of fear toxin. Like he just manipulates Bliss, the drug, and even the drug that was given to inmates in Arkham is just a different variation of that for his fear toxin gas, whatever. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the Batman before I start talking more.
That being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into our like it low redacted. So, first one, a lot of these are, I think, personally false base rumors. But so the first one is from MCU updates is saying Marvel is considering keeping Avengers Doomsday more graphic, which could make it the first ever R-rated Avengers movie. A, do we think this is happening? And B, do we like, love, or redact the idea of a R-rated Avengers movie? Do I think this is happening? No.
Hell,
an R-rated Avengers movie? I could get down with that. That's not a problem. I just don't think that's gonna happen because Avengers is so marketable. They need everybody in their mama, literally, in this movie. And the moment you make that, they're not gonna.
Kids.
No, you can make it PG-13. Show a little blood in there. Rated R, they're not doing that.
I was gonna say at this point the PG-13 versions are damn near rated R. Thor cut off Thanos' head on screen. We saw Thanos get decapitated on screen. They just show purple blood. They're practically rated R, bros. It's good enough.
Yeah. If that dude were able to do that in Infinity War, what the hell you think Dr. Doom gonna do? He might turn somebody into dust off a snap.
He gonna be stomping on people.
Stepping on niggas. Another one from MCU updates is Doom and Scarlet Witch will reportedly team up in the movie. We don't even know if that bitch still alive yet.
Yeah, that's not happening. But even if it did happen, that's overkill. It's like, all right, at this point, you got to do some cheese to make the Avengers win. At this point, because you got this. Literally, you'd have like the two strongest people currently together. It's like, all right, what are we doing?
The only way they be able to do that is if they make Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme again, and they don't want to do that. So the next one is Spider-Man Brand New Day will reportedly take place after the events of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So that's kind of, well, because the movie's not supposed to come out till like 2027.
Brand New Day?
Oh no.
Brand New Day next year, ain't it? Am I tripping? Okay. Right. I was like, bro.
You're right.
Oh man. I don't know when season
that could mean I don't know when Daredevil Season 2 is going to come out, but if that's true, we're probably going to get Daredevil Season 2 at the start of this year.
I know,
like the start of 2026.
I know what's his name, Kingpin, his actor. I know they tweeted that apparently it got renewed for the third season already.
Yeah, so they're probably working on season 2 right now.
I know they were shooting stuff for it already. I remember set photos because it was a few set photos I seen. I thought that was gonna be in that first season, but it wasn't. So I know they've shot stuff for it already, if not everything.
Yeah, there's no announcement date for season 2 yet, but if this is true, we could get Matt Murdock again or Daredevil teaming up with Spider-Man. We get Daredevil, the Punisher, the Hulk. There's too many niggas in this movie.
Yeah, at that point, it's not an Avengers movie, but that's a damn
Spider-Man and friends.
That's a damn Defenders movie,
basically. But and this isn't a like a little redacted, but recently, so for those who follow Absolute Batman, the man that's been going through hell.
He work a 9 to 5.
Work a 9 to 5, and then he still gotta go fight niggas like Absolute Bane and Absolute Killer Croc and Absolute Joker.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna share my screen on this, but if I'm Absolute Batman,
I'm hanging it up, bro.
I'm hanging up the cow, dude. Because what the fuck is this? Like, look at this, dude.
Bro, that is a Dark Souls boss. that is definitely a xenomorph, bro. That is a Dark Souls boss. That is from the pits of hell, bro.
Look at that.
Like, how do you fight that?
How do you fight
and
that?
Why are you fighting it? Like, what?
How is this even a joke? Like, what is funny about this? Ain't shit funny, nigga.
What joke is he telling me?
He's not.
Bro, that I don't get it, bro.
Mind you, the only thing extraordinary about Absolute Batman, the nigga 6'7" or the dude is like 6'8", but it just make it like 250 pounds. That's it. But he's still just a regular nigga. I work in construction. Ain't niggas built like that.
He at the job site right now. It's a Saturday. He still got 4 more hours before he got to clock out and put on the cow. Gosh. And the worst thing is that Joker look crazy, but all his villains look crazy.
All his villains look crazy as fuck.
Killer Croc is nightmare fuel, bro. That Killer Croc.
This is new nightmare fuel now. And Bane is like giving this dude hell.
Like, Batman, this Absolute Batman subplot is insane, bro.
Is there absolute Mr. Freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga White Walker.
Bro, you see it? That is an insane character, bro.
This nigga's a fucking Wendigo.
Bro, he is going through 12 trials right now to become Hercules.
Exactly.
Like, this is
dead ass.
Bro, somebody made a post. They said once they announced Absolute Joker, they was like real time look at Absolute Deadshot, and it was all locked down.
Oh, I seen that.
Bro,
I seen that shit.
Somebody else was like, what was it? I think it was like, this is how Absolute, I think it was like Man Bat or like Poison Ivy's gonna look, and it was freaking Ghidorah from Godzilla. King Ghidorah. Cause bro, these are creatures from the night, bro.
Exactly, dude. Like when they're talking about the freaks come out at night, these are the freaks that are coming out at night.
Yeah. We gotta pray for Buddy, bro. We gotta pray for that Bruce. Now I see why he got an axe on his insignia. He need more now. He need a gun. This Bruce needs a gun. Like if Eddie Bruce needed a weapon, a real weapon, he needed one because he is fighting demons, literally.
Yeah, no dead ass. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our redacted. I'm about to say redacted rule. We about to move on. Before we get into that redacted rule, we got to get into the bag. Get into our infamous bag. Feet, please drop the music.
Bitch, I'm in my bag. Bag, bitch. I just made a bag. Bag, bitch. I just made a bag. Bag of big bag.
So with this recent movie, Him, that just came out, obviously a football psychological thriller. What do you think? What other sports could they do like a movie on like Him? Like, do you think it could work as a basketball movie too? That'd be crazy. Could you imagine?
I think for sure.
Doing
I think for
some
sure basketball would work. I think for sure basketball would work.
They have like a Michael Jordan and it's fucking Anthony Edwards covered in that bitch, and they just doing some crazy. I can see them making like a sequel to Him if they do, and it's just basketball.
Cause I think what one thing they could do also is incorporating one. They did incorporate the full team in that movie, but they incorporate more so the management. I think if they incorporate the full team, like say you got the Cavaliers when LeBron was there. Like LeBron, the only person on that team, right? So he the main point, but you could be like on some. He's siphoning the energy of the rest of the team to carry them there, and then you got a new high
on
draft
some
pick.
like fuck. Oh damn! Why am I forgetting the name? Space Jam. You remember when they had the ball that them aliens went and they had the basketball that was siphoning the energy of like Charles Barkley and they were literally making them forget how to play basketball.
On some stuff like that, where like you get this high draft pick and now you got to teach him like, I don't know, the ritual of siphoning his teammates' energy or something. I don't know, but they could definitely do something with basketball. I think another one they could do, low key,
golf.
It's like UFC. You said golf?
Could you imagine? No, imagine it's like a Tiger Woods biopic. What do you think?
The scandal was him.
That was him selling his soul.
Him getting caught cheating was selling his soul. Oh man, but I think they could definitely do a UFC one. I think that would be insane.
I see that. Yeah, UFC would be wild too. That'd probably be even more gory. Cause like the amount of crazy shit that goes on in that movie Hill, and just that multiplied, or like just even not even UFC, just boxing.
Mm-hmm. The walkout is something. Your training, ritual, sparring partners. I don't know. It could go. That could be a wild movie.
Yeah. Hey, get my boy Jonathan Majors in there. Oh. You gotta throw the blockbuster. Have him reprise his role as a Damian Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a get in our bag question, Feet?
Nah. I was trying to think of one. I can't think of one right now, and I don't want to force one.
It's all good. But with that being said, we're now gonna get into our redacted rule for the pod. So, redacted rule for the show is, don't just worry about the destination. Enjoy the journey. A lot of times, people are fascinated and obsessed with the goals, and rightfully so, that they're trying to get to. But you gotta fall in love with the journey before you get to the destination, whatever that is. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, my redacted rule. It was actually gonna be. It was similar. I was about to say enjoy the moment. But I'll pivot. I'll say my redacted rule is always try to make sure you're aware of what you need. A lot of times we can, as people, overextend ourselves in the sense of we make sure everybody else, but we don't make sure you as yourself is okay. So I'll say just be comfortable sitting back some days and trying to figure out if you yourself are good and taken care of.
Yep. That being said, it's been another great episode of the Redacted Show. It's been your boy, Dana Dane.
Been your boy, Wafiq.
Here we out.
Peace.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm stepping with a fed, keeping all of the hoes on mute. Pull a little perk, could be yellow in a brew. 48 for a quick burst. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice, it'll drop like ink. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mink. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic hoe making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hoe on my payroll. I get active at night, then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with panko. Drunk in my soup, I believe it was Mako. Got my Soviet clutch in the Draco. It was bacon, we